There's an inherent darkness in all men. If we were talking about a soul, then I guess we would say that there's a dark part, there's a dark side of you, and there's a light side of you. The dark side of you is able to lie to you, able to tell you all these negative things about yourself that you don't really want to hear necessarily, or that you wouldn't necessarily tell yourself if you were a positive person, but that are there no matter what. Constantly churning over and over again in your head all the time. And where the light side of you might want to tell you that you're beautiful or you're worthwhile, or there's things about you that matter, or that you can change, or that you're trying and it's good enough. The dark side of you is going to try and lie to you and tell you, no, no, you're not good enough. You're not anywhere near good enough. Look at you. You're in your mid 30s and you're overweight and you're ugly and your beard's too long and your hair's too short and your breasts are too small and your legs are too fat and you're chubby and you're weird looking and you're awkward. Where the light side might say, you're worthwhile. You need to try. Life's beautiful. Whatever these things might be. It's not able to lie to you like the dark side is. It's not able to trick you into only thinking these things. You have to trick yourself. You have to tell yourself every time you start having these negative thoughts, Hmm. that it's not as bad as you think it is. It's not like that. Life's not that simple. Life's not that straightforward. If every person just took the horrible things that they hear about themselves in their head all the time and only thought about those things, everybody would probably die. And a lot of people do die. When we think about high functioning mental people, people with these brains that just constantly churning out thoughts, constantly just feeding different scenarios and ideas and just going over and over and over them. What if all of those people only thought negative things? They'd probably die really fast. A lot of them do. Think about Nietzsche and all these people that have thought things that shaped a lot of the way we look at philosophy, a lot of the way we look at intelligence. Some of them didn't make it very far. Some of them didn't last very long. It's because they let that dark side take over and they let it have the wheel for far too long. You got to realize that in life, it is important to change your scenario and your surroundings. It is important to positively reinforce yourself and think about the things about that in your life that you need to change and that you can change, because only you can change the things about your life that you don't like. Only you can and only you will. Nobody else cares. They can't. In all people, there's also an inherent selfishness, because that's how life is. You have to care about yourself because nobody will, like I've said. Nobody's going to hold your hand and walk you through these great bouts of depression and ups and downs and negative situations, positive situations. Nobody's going to do that for you. You have to do it for yourself, and you have to care because you, like I said, you're the only person who can. And I used to hear this kind of stuff all the time from people, or watching these TED talks and like watching some of my favorite speakers talk and hearing them, the things they say, and it didn't really sink in. I didn't get it. I didn't get the you have to do it for yourself thing. I thought I did, but I didn't, because I wasn't able to take it on and actually, enact it. There's a lot of things in life that will latch onto that dark side of you, that will grab that dark side of you and just let it pull you down and almost fall in love with the despair of it, because it's so much easier to just be negative. It's just a natural phase for most people. It's just to be negative. It's a natural way of being. It's just like, oh, I don't want to get up. It's too hot. It's too this. It's too that. Anything in your life that changes you and makes you better is probably going to be hard to do. You think about the times that you say you want to get, you want to become more physically fit. What do you have to do? You have to put yourself through fire. You have to try really, really hard. You have to really work towards it. Maybe some people start with 10 minutes a day. Doesn't seem like much, but that's hard for them. And then soon it becomes 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's not much, but it's hard for them. And then it becomes an hour. And that's a little bit more, but still not much. But it's hard for them. And then it becomes all day. Some of these people just let it take them all the way. Let it just completely have them. And that's what love is. Love. So Nietzsche said that to love is just a passion. It's a passion. It's the passion that's the actual love. It's the idea of love that is the love. It's not the person. It's not the person. You don't love them. You love the love. And Dostoevsky said that's not the love. Love is giving yourself up to somebody, letting them have all the weakness that's in you and the things, the dark things about yourself and the light things about yourself that you may not like or may love, letting them have all of it and then still being there for it. That's the love. And I feel more like that's probably the actual representation of love that I feel is real and accurate. Not the passion, it's the selflessness. But to love, you gotta really, 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 really want it. You gotta really want it. And it takes a long time for some people. It's taken me 38 years to want this the way that I want it now. And that's because of some of these things that I've been reading and some of these people that I've been hearing talk, like Jordan Peterson. He's really, really, really impressed upon me a need to be curious and a need to try. Because if you've gotten to the middle of your life and you've done nothing, that's kind of sad. If you've gotten to where I'm at and you've done nothing, you've gone nowhere, done nothing at all, that's really sad. And it's only getting you've got 80 years, maybe 70, 80 years as a man on this planet. That sucks. But does it? It only sucks if you let it. It sucks if you let it, you know, time out. If you just let the queue, if you sit in this queue and just let your time lapse and you do nothing, then you've really gone nowhere in life, and your whole thing was meaningless. You've only got one chance, one shot on earth to do something that matters. And even if it doesn't matter to the people around you, it matters to you. And that's the point. The point is to do something that matters to you and manifest your destiny. Want something and really go after it. Really get in there and get it. Because it's important. It's important to value yourself, and you can't value yourself if you're not trying. So trying is, in a lot of ways, it's more than just acting like you care or acting like you want something. It's doing the things that make it seem as though you do. It's getting up in the morning and going for a run, or finding people around you that are hurting and helping them. Fixing the things around us that we see as negative. So yeah, do it.